It's so difficult to reflect on darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom.
Diddy just made his first court appearance after 3 weeks in federal custody. He'd been charged on some pretty serious charges. Trafficking and racketeering. But get this, he walks in wearing a prison jumpsuit and instead of looking worried, he's laughing. Well, it wasn't because he couldn't care less. There's more to the story. Diddy had been the music mogul who was once on top of the world, running the show with Bad Boy Entertainment and dropping hit after hit, right? Well, now he's in some deep, deep trouble. On September 16th, Diddy got arrested for some pretty heavy charges: trafficking, and conspiracy. You'd think someone facing all that would look a bit stressed, but not this guy. When he made his first court appearance after being held in federal custody for 3 weeks, he showed up smiling, cool as ever, dressed in a prison jumpsuit like it was just another day. It's honestly wild how he was laughing and blowing kisses to his family during such a serious moment. The guy's facing charges that could land him behind bars for life, and yet he's out here acting like he's walking a red carpet instead of into a federal courtroom. So let's take a look at the details behind these charges. It turns out that Diddy is accused of using his companies, like Bad Boy Entertainment and Combs Enterprises, as fronts for a much darker operation. The indictment that was unsealed on September 17th shows a pretty dark picture. According to the authorities, Diddy allegedly used threats, coercion, and even violence to force people into sexual acts at these so-called freak-offs that were held at his lavish parties. And here's the thing, these weren't just any parties. They were big, elaborate events with a lot of powerful people around, which makes you wonder how this could have been happening right under everyone's noses for so long. It's like something straight out of a movie, but unfortunately, it's very real. Now, the evidence against Diddy is huge. During the investigation, authorities seized around 96 electronic devices from his properties in Miami and Los Angeles, and even from an airport where he was arrested while traveling with his twin daughters. We're talking about phones, computers, tablets, pretty much everything that could hold data. And get this, all of that adds up to 8 terabytes of information. That's a ton of data. Prosecutors are digging through every single bit of it, looking at personal communications, business records, and anything else that might help their case. So much evidence, there's a chance the case could expand even more as they uncover more details. Things are not looking good for Diddy. Even with all this evidence piling up, Diddy's legal team seems pretty relaxed. They've been playing it cool, not really objecting to the prosecution's moves so far.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges. There's nothing that the government said in their presentation today that changes anyone's mind about anything.
They're just waiting to see the full extent of the evidence before they make their big defense. However, they're not happy about one thing: a surveillance video from 2016 that allegedly shows Diddy assaulting his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, and guess what? It was leaked to the media. This video is a key piece of evidence in the case, but Diddy's team says it was unlawfully released by the Department of Homeland Security before they even had a chance to review it. The video was aired by CNN, and now Diddy's defense team is arguing that this leak is messing with his right to a fair trial. They're worried that potential jurors might be influenced by what they've seen in the media before the trial even starts. Speaking of the trial, Diddy's legal team has been pushing hard to get him out on bail. After being denied twice, they've gone all the way to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, arguing that he's not a flight risk. They're pointing to his role as a father of 7, his strong ties to the US, and the fact that he's a major public figure. They even offered a $50 million bail package secured by his properties and agreed to round-the-clock security and limits on his communication devices, but the court isn't convinced. The judges are still worried that Diddy might try to interfere with witnesses or obstruct the legal process. Apparently there's a history of him being pretty controlling, which has raised concerns about witness intimidation. Matter of fact, the court hasn't been budging just yet. Here's the thing, Diddy's immense wealth and resources are making the court a bit uneasy. The judges are worried that with all that money and power at his disposal, there's a chance he could try to mess with the evidence or intimidate witnesses if he's out of jail. His lawyers are trying their best to calm those fears, suggesting strict conditions like 24/7 monitoring and limiting his communication, but so far, no dice. So for now, I guess Diddy's stuck in his jumpsuit for a while. Meanwhile, all eyes are on the upcoming trial, which is currently set for May 5th, 2025. Both the prosecution and defense have been gearing up for what's expected to be a huge courtroom showdown, but there is a chance the trial could be delayed. Prosecutors have hinted that they might file a superseding indictment, which could bring even more charges against Diddy. If that happens, it could push back the trial date as everyone scrambles to deal with the new developments. On top of that, with a mountain of evidence, prosecutors are combing through 8 terabytes worth. And the possibility of additional charges, it's not clear if the trial will happen as scheduled. Diddy's legal team is standing firm against these allegations, labeling them as false and defamatory. They describe the situation as a reckless media circus designed to tarnish the reputation of a man who has spent decades building his empire. With multiple properties raided and over 96 electronic devices seized from his homes in Miami, Los Angeles, and New York, Combs' lawyers argue that the authorities are overreaching in their pursuit of evidence. They insist that none of the claims have any basis in truth, calling the case nothing more than an attempt to bring down a successful man under false pretenses. The media frenzy surrounding the case adds another layer of complexity. Outside the courthouse, journalists have been spinning every new detail, eager to feed the public's fascination with Diddy's legal woes. His legal team in response has been vocal about their frustrations with how the case is being portrayed in the press. In a public statement, they criticized the media for turning what they described as baseless accusations into headline stories, further fueling public curiosity and speculation. Legal experts are also speculating about what could cause further delays, particularly if more serious charges come to light, like those involving minors. Diddy's defense team is pushing hard for a quick trial, probably because they want to catch the prosecution off guard before they've fully organized their case. By speeding things up, Diddy's lawyers are hoping the government will have to reveal more of their evidence sooner than planned, potentially giving the defense an edge. Now let's talk about what's really at stake here. For Diddy, it's not just about avoiding a long prison sentence. His entire empire is on the line. Everything from his career in music to his ventures in fashion, liquor, and media. He's built a massive business empire over the years, and if he's found guilty, it could all come crashing down. His reputation, his career, and even his freedom are at risk. Seriously. Diddy's celebrity friends, who've been pretty quiet up till now, might be keeping their distance for a reason. Some have reportedly settled lawsuits quietly, and as more details about Diddy's alleged criminal activities come to light, we could see more big names getting dragged into this scandal. Through it all, Diddy's family has been his unwavering support. His mother, Janice Combs, and his children have attended hearings and remained by his side, offering visible displays of solidarity. His eldest son, Justin, has taken to social media to defend his father, urging the public not to jump to conclusions before all the facts are known. For Diddy, having his family there have been a source of strength during these challenging times. As for Diddy's attitude throughout all of this, pretty interesting. Even though the evidence against him is stacking up, he's still putting on a confident front in court. His smiling and relaxed demeanor might reflect how much faith he has on his defense team, or maybe it's a sign of denial about what's coming. Either way, this case is shaping up to be one of the most high-profile celebrity trials in recent memory. It's going to be closely watched by everyone, from the media to Diddy's fans and critics alike. The consequences could reach far beyond the courtroom, potentially changing the entertainment industry in ways we haven't even thought about yet. So, as we wait for the trial to kick off, the world is watching to see what's next for Diddy. Will he manage to shake off the allegations and continue his legendary career? Or will this mark the end of his legacy? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll be back with another one soon.